Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I see that.
Things are going this way, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Even down to my travel, I'm like, oh, if it's like off, that flight ain't for me, or this ain't for me. Like,
You know, so then that was kind of like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? What's going on here? And
did that make you want to be a rapper more, or make you want to make money to get it back?
Nah.
No.
I'm not with him.
No.
Oh, yeah, not by choice, but you know,
Stop scrolling, because what you are about to read is as heartbreaking as it is shocking. A story that blends celebrity romance, public devotion, and private pain in a way that feels almost unbelievable. And at the center of it all are Angela, Simmons, and Yo Gotti, two names that have been tied together for nearly a decade in what fans once believed was one of hip-hop's most inspiring love stories. For years, Yo Gotti was vocal about his admiration for Angela, turning his crush into one of the most persistent public pursuits the music world had ever seen. His lyrics, his interviews, even casual mentions in the press always seemed to circle back to her, creating an almost mythic tale of a man so determined to win over the woman of his dreams that people began rooting for him as if he were the underdog hero in a romantic movie. When he finally got the chance to stand by her side, it felt like destiny fulfilled. Social media exploded with excitement, memes of manifestation and fate circulated widely, and fans declared that this was proof that patience and persistence could pay off in real life. Their relationship became more than just a headline, it became an emblem of hope, an example of dreams coming true. But as so often happens in Hollywood and in life, what seemed like the perfect fairy tale slowly unraveled behind the scenes. And today the narrative has shifted dramatically, because Angela Simmons has now confirmed she is in a new relationship, leaving Yo Gotti devastated, heartbroken, and publicly humiliated in a way that no amount of fame or fortune could soften. The reality of their split is devastating precisely because it was never just another celebrity fling. It was a saga that had been unfolding for nearly 10 years, a saga that millions of fans had followed like a soap opera, and now it has ended. With Angela moving forward and Gotti left alone in the shadows, the story of how they came together remains unforgettable. For years, Angela appeared to brush off Gotti's advances, smiling coyly when asked about his lyrics and treating it as though it was all in good fun. But fans suspected there was more beneath the surface, a spark that neither of them could fully deny. When they finally became a couple, the internet celebrated as though it had won a victory alongside them. Photos of the pair filled Instagram, Angela draped elegantly in designer outfits, Yo Gotti smiling proudly with his arm around her, both of them exuding the aura of a power couple destined to thrive. For Gotti, it was a dream come true. For Angela, it was perhaps a chance to finally embrace someone who had admired and cherished her openly for years. Yet the fairy tale sheen began to dull almost as quickly as it had been polished. Angela, still grieving the tragic loss of her former fiancé Tennyson, who was murdered in 2018, carried a weight that no amount of gifts, vacations, or public adoration could erase. She was also navigating life as a single mother, raising her son while balancing her career and her emotions, and the pressures of constantly being in the spotlight only added to her inner turmoil. To the world, she smiled, but fans noticed moments of hesitation, moments when her spark seemed dimmed, and whispers began to circulate that perhaps all was not well. Soon, rumors of Angela getting close to someone else began to swirl. Paparazzi, snapshots, cryptic captions, and subtle hints on social media ignited speculation that the relationship with Gotti was faltering. At first, Gotti dismissed it all with the confidence of a man who believed love could weather any storm. He laughed off the gossip in interviews, reaffirmed his devotion publicly, and refused to let go of the woman he had waited nearly a decade to be with. But life has a cruel way of testing even the strongest convictions, and despite his determination, Angela's heart was shifting. Then came the bombshell. Angela posted a heartfelt video confirming that she was indeed in a new relationship. She did not name her new partner at first, but the clues were unmistakable, and fans wasted no time connecting the dots. The announcement wasn't delivered casually, it was an emotional release. Angela spoke openly about finding peace, about moving on from her past, about wanting someone who could bring joy back into her life and make her laugh again after so much loss. For her, it was a declaration of healing. For Gotti, it was the dagger that pierced the very dream he had manifested for so long. Sources close to the rapper say he broke down in tears when he saw the video. Imagine spending years chasing the woman you love, finally winning her heart, only to lose her to someone else almost in the blink of an eye. For Gotti, who had built a career and a reputation on persistence, success, and getting everything he set his sights on, this was a lesson in the one thing he could not control, Angela's heart. The heartbreak was magnified by the fact that his love story had always been public, which meant that his heartbreak was public too. Fans quickly began reposting old clips of him declaring his love side by side with Angela's new confirmation, creating viral montages that turned his private pain into internet fodder. Memes flooded timelines, some sympathetic, others mocking, while debates raged in the comments. Had Angela truly loved him at all, or had she simply given into years of persistence before realizing her heart wasn't fully in it? Was she wrong for moving on, or was she simply exercising her right to choose happiness on her own terms? The internet was split, but one thing was undeniable. Yo Gotti was hurting, and it showed. Just hours after the announcement, he was spotted leaving a club in Memphis with red eyes and a drained expression, telling friends, "I really thought she was the one." That line, captured and circulated by sources, sent fans spiraling because it revealed not just heartbreak but regret that he had lost the woman he had waited so long for. Regret that his dream had slipped through his hands. Angela's confirmation video went viral, sparking endless discussion across platforms. Within hours, it became the top trending topic on Twitter and Instagram, with people dissecting every word and every emotion. Supporters defended her, arguing that she had every right to move on and that she deserved happiness after years of grief and hardship. Critics accused her of leading Gotti on, of using his devotion as comfort until she was ready to step into something new. Yet Angela herself remained composed, insisting that her decision wasn't made out of malice but out of a genuine desire for growth, peace, and love that aligned with her current stage in life. For her, the move symbolized release. For Gotti, it symbolized loss, humiliation, and the cruel reality that sometimes the thing you chase most passionately can slip through your fingers despite your best efforts. And yet, the story may not be as clear-cut as it appears. Insiders whisper that Angela's new relationship may have been rushed, that perhaps her heart still carries echoes of Gotti, and that the chapter may not be fully closed. Love, after all, is rarely black and white. It is layered, messy, unpredictable. A cocktail of passion, timing, and sometimes bad luck. Angela may have declared a new beginning, but does that mean the old story is truly finished? Or does it linger like a song you cannot forget, a melody that stays with you long after the music has stopped? Because this was not just any romance. This was Yo Gotti, a man who spent nearly 10 years manifesting his love, turning lyrics into reality, chasing a dream until it briefly became true. To watch it dissolve now feels like witnessing a fairy tale crumble, and for fans who believed in the magic, it is almost as painful as it is for him. For Gotti, the aftermath has been brutal. Friends reveal that he has been isolating more, reflecting quietly, and struggling to even find solace in music, the very thing that once gave him strength. Songs where he mentioned Angela now haunt him, every lyric cutting deeper than before, turning his own art into a reminder of what he has lost. For the public, this is celebrity gossip. For him, it is late nights staring at the ceiling, wondering where things went wrong, wondering if love was ever enough. Perhaps it was doomed from the start. Perhaps the pressures of fame and grief were too heavy, or perhaps communication simply failed along the way. Whatever the reason, the result is the same. A man who once stood confidently in his love now finds himself crumbling under the weight of its absence. And so the world watches as Angela Simmons moves forward with a new partner while Yo Gotti drowns in the memories of a dream turned nightmare. It is a reminder that even in the glamorous world of celebrity, where riches and influence abound, matters of the heart remain painfully human. Love cannot be bought, manifested, or forced. It can only be given freely, and sometimes it slips away despite your best efforts. Angela smiles in her new chapter, while Gotti hides behind shades that cannot conceal the silent tears of heartbreak. For fans, it is gossip. For them, it is life. And for anyone who has ever loved and lost, it is a story that resonates deeply. Sometimes even when you finally get what you always wanted, life still writes a painful plot twist, And some love stories don't truly end, they simply pause on the beat of heartbreak.